There we go. Honey, you got to turn your microphone on, you silly goose.
Start over.
No. I like this. This is a good
Start
start.
over.
This is
That's
good-
not.
That's adorable.
They need me 100% of the podcast.
Bam, Bethany, and that's when the
That
song
is
kicks
me.
in.
That is me.
Bethany
Bethany
and Sean.
and Sean.
We are a couple of nuts
Talking.
Oh my God! Hey, speaking of songs, the oldie radio station out here, one of them at least, is called K-Earth 101. Okay? And when I grew up, K-Earth 101 here in Los Angeles played like the Four Tops, old Beatles, I Wanna Hold, and just like Temptations and oldies. I'm driving in the car. Guess what song comes on K-Earth 101? Oldie station.
Shot,
Well,
shot,
yes,
shot.
soon enough, but love me, say that you
love
the
me.
fucking Cardigans comes on. Oldies station.
Wow, that's 90s though.
Oh.
Doesn't oldies mean like vintage over 50 years or something?
No, I think it's 20 years.
Oh god. Oh well, then it fits. Isn't
I
that
think
weird?
it's 20 years.
That's crazy. I know. I had my
I was
first
just shocked.
year in stand up. I had a bit about this of like when we're older, what the oldie stations were gonna be, and I just said like, "Hi, my name is." Like, because Eminem, all
Right.
these amazing
That's
rappers
oldies.
are gonna be oldies.
I was thinking about that too. It took me, and then I thought like, there's like fucking, 70-year-olds jamming Pantera and Slayer
Yeah,
and
that's
shit,
dope.
and that was their shit.
I wish I saw that though. I don't see.
I know. I want to see these old heads listen to some gangster rap or some.
If we got
metal.
any of those guys listening to us, let me see what you look like now.
Oh my God, because that's going to be me. If I make it that far, I'm going to be the 75-year-old listening to Pantera or listening to Suffocation, listening to like this grindcore.
Yeah, but on K-Earth, it's going to be like, I like big butts that I cannot
that's already
lie.
an oldie.
Yeah, that's true.
But
what
no,
about
they play
like
they play rock songs on K-Earth. They don't play rap or anything.
well,
like
but
that.
there's so much rap now that I feel like that will be in the oldie section because now it's just kind of
I think there is a like
less
a hip hop,
genres.
a hip hop kind of classic hip hop R&B station
yeah.
that plays that stuff.
yeah.
But just wow, is time fucking flying by?
Right? It's crazy. I don't feel that though. Like there's
What, you
a
don't feel
meme
the
that I
time's
saw.
flying?
No, I saw a meme I think on I am 30 AF and it said something like when I think of time, I think of the 90s were 10 years ago and the it's still 2000 and
Yeah, the 90s
it's
were
weird.
The 90s were 21 years ago, honey. I mean,
That's crazy.
at the 99 at least. No, that was 22 years ago.
yeah. That's crazy.
Decades ago.
The best decade ever and it's so far away.
It's kind of a toss up. I don't know. 80s gets a bad rap for some reason.
No, I
but
feel like everybody loves the 80s.
80s is
I
the
don't get
shit.
it.
Maybe
it's
it's
not
90s
for
that
me.
gets a bad rap. That people are like,
Yes. That's what it is.
It was a
I've been
violent time.
defending 90s for I don't know how long. And the music, everything I love so much.
music and movies.
Everything. It's so good. Except for that saxophone 90s. If there's one thing I can eliminate from 1990s.
Yeah, sax.
The fucking sax.
I need to clear something up too because we did an episode where we talked about what the fuck happened to Bruce Willis, and I talked about how he put an album out, The Return of Bruno, and
Yeah.
said he was a sax player. I think I was wrong. I think he was a harmonica player.
Okay. Now his instrumental exceptionalism. In other words, like a harmonica, I feel like anyone can play. You can just
Yeah. Well, you gotta be
sit by a
really-
campfire.
Not everybody's a John Popper.
No. But it is one of the easiest instruments to play.
You don't even need hands
You
for
don't.
it.
You don't. Yeah, you can just use a neck brace.
Get Bob Dylan and Ryan Adams just throwing it around their neck and
I mean,
blowing
now
into it.
I feel like even more. It's sad. Like, what the hell happened to Bruce Willis when he made that record? Now, not just now.
Well, thank God he hasn't made another one. But I'm
Thank
pretty sure he
God.
pops up on stage randomly at places.
Is he the one who did Under the Boardwalk? Is that him?
Bruce? Probably.
Which there was a celebrity, there was an actor.
He
who
might
did-
have. Yeah.
I'm gonna look it up. under the board. And
But
I was
hear-
just like, oh God.
I hear that he pops up, like Ron Burgundy, how he pulled up, he pulled a flute out of his sleeve. I think Bruce Willis rolls around with a fucking harmonica in his pocket.
Of course he does.
Just ready to rock it out at whatever, like, oh, well, you guys want me to play? Oh. And then he just, conveniently has a $10,000 harmonica in his pocket.
Yeah. I was going to say my grandfather was a wonderful harmonica player. Like he had all the different keys.
What's your grandpa's name?
Albert Klozik.
Oh, Grandpa Al. Did you call him Grandpa Al?
Why would I do that?
Or did you call him Grandpa Albert?
No, I called him Grandpa.
Oh, I called my grandpa's name was Clarence, but we called him Grandpa Duke. Weird, right? I don't remember what the origin of it was, but I called my grandpa's grandpa than their name.
Yeah.
Like Delbert, Grandpa Del.
Well, that was your family.
Clarence,
we just called him
Grandpa Duke. Grandma Roz, Grandma Barbara, Aunt Chris,
yeah.
Uncle
By the way,
Ed.
it is Bruce Willis, Under the Boardwalk. I think it was on his movie, in one of his movies or something. Anyways, and it played it all the time. I was like, this is even worse than the first one. Okay.
You know what I was thinking about?
What?
I was thinking about like changing curse words.
Oh, you know what? Hold on. Remember that. I bet you I just called my grandpa because my other grandpa was dead. Like I never met my
You didn't have multiple.
dad's side.
Okay.
No.
Well, yeah, my grandpa died, my mom's dad, in New York, and I never met him. But my grandma, she married a lot of times, Grandma Ross.
That's nice though. So you had some fill-in gramps.
I mean, I only knew one of them, Grandpa Dell.
Oh, and we love Grandpa Del.
Grandpa Dell's great.
Yeah.
Over in West Virginia. And Grandpa Delbert, he's a barber,
I love
owns
that
a barber
name.
shop, talks like this, and he owns a barber shop over there in West Virginia.
Just cutting hair. Oh, you know what you need to do is Grandpa Del the one with the closet? The closet.
The goddamn
story.
Oh yeah, there was
That's
a time
the best story.
me and my buddy were.
And then we'll go back to cursive.
What were we doing? We were at my grandma's house in Glendale. Grandma and Grandpa, Grandma Ross, Grandpa Del, and something was going on. He had to get something out of the closet. I don't know if they were moving, and we might have been helping them with some boxes or something. And my Grandpa Del was in the closet. Funny, that's funny actually.
I know.
And he, there was a box up on a shelf in the closet, and he grabbed it, and then it was a little too heavy for him, and he's like, "Ooh, oh, hell, goddamn closet!" That's what he yelled, and me and my buddy were
Goddamn closet.
It was so mean because me and my buddy were just laughing because he yelled. He's like, "Oh, you think that's fucking funny, huh?" 'Cause he had an accent.
Yeah.
He had a major lisp. "Oh, you think that's fucking funny, goddamn closet?" Oh my god!
Good.
And then me and my buddy, we said that for years afterwards, and had a good time with that.
Yeah.
But that's Grandpa Del.
All right. What were you going to say about cursive?
Oh, I was saying curse words. I have a couple written down here that I thought would be fun to change. So, like, what if I started saying, fuck? If I started saying thuck.
Fuck.
THUCK.
Yeah.
Like, fuck you. The
Yeah.
fuck are you saying to me? Isn't that funny?
Yeah.
Isn't that funny to say, shut the fuck up?
Okay. Get me
Motherfucker.
on the same wavelength because I'm not hearing.
Oh, my God. What the fuck is wrong with you? What are you talking about? Fuck
It's
that.
so hard though. Like that, I'd have to think about.
I know.
Because I just want to be like the.
That's why I'm saying.
the connection of the bottom teeth to the fuck. It's
that's what
so
really drives
nice.
it home. But thuck kind of lightens it up a little bit.
No, I bite my
Look at your
tongue.
face when you say
I know, but
it.
I
You
bite
look
my
mad.
tongue.
You look mad when you look madder than
Fuck.
fuck. You're like, fuck.
I know, but then I bite my own tongue if I'm angry. But the fuck doesn't hurt.
Oh, man.
That was the
funny?
cursive thing.
Curse words. I have
curse
I have a couple
words.
curse words written down here that I switched up a little bit.
All right, let's hear.
And so I'd like to start saying thuck instead of fuck.
Let's see if that lasts. We'll try it this week.
You thucking better believe it is, motherfucker.
It just sounds like you've been molested
And then
because you have a lisp.
So next I have.
Are you gonna make me edit that out?
No, I'm just trying to move on now. Jesus Christ, what the fuck is wrong with you?
There it is. Nice.
So
See what I did there for him?
So next I have dick, gick,
Gick.
a G. Replace
It's
the
just
D with the
nobody's
G.
gonna know
you're such
what you're
a gickhead. You're such a gickhead when you come at me
No
like
one's
that.
gonna know what you're talking
suck
about.
that gick. Yeah, get that
Use
gick, baby.
the gick.
Get that gick, baby. What do you think? Or can you think of something else for dick? Like another letter? No, lick is bick, jick. Gick is just funny. Not as funny as thuck.
Yeah. What about zong for dick? Like dong, but,
No, but I want it to be the same, like ick. Like I want those to be the same.
Suck my
just with
zick.
a new
With a zick.
Zick is good.
Yeah, because it's like sounds like sick dick.
Zick is
Zick.
good.
Get off my zick tip.
I like. Okay. All
Yeah.
right. Now I know why I come up with this
Bitch,
stuff.
that one's good and it feels good. Z. We don't get to z that much. There's not much in the English language. We're not talking about zebras
What's
every
a good
day.
one for bitch?
Bitch.
Lich, rich, fitch, gitch,
What about britch?
britch. That's essentially the same
Dritch.
exact thing. Dritch. I like that.
Oh, you're such a
Oh,
dritch.
son of a dritch.
Oh, god damn that dritch.
Son of a dritch. So we got thuck, we got gick, and we got
Listen to this,
dritch.
dritch.
And then last,
Listen to this dritch suck my gick.
and then last I have for shit. Just
Yeah.
remove the H.
Sit.
Sit.
Well, but that's something else.
Oh, sit, son. But it's funny to say it. Like, oh, sit.
I see now. I think that one would be fun as a th. Oh, fit, man.
Well, yeah. See, that's, yeah. So this isn't a curse word, but
I gotta go take a thit.
like meth, like crystal meth. You
Yeah,
could say,
yeah.
oh, man, they're all messed up. Like, that person's messed up. No, they're methed up. You're
Messed
still
up.
saying mess.
Even if they're
Or with
not
a
doing
TH.
meth, guys, it just means it's messed up.
So you are saying it with a lisp,
Oh,
essentially.
what a meth.
Is that a lateral lisp? Is that what kind of lisp that is? What's that lisp called?
I don't know.
Because there are different types of lisps. Grandpa Dell had that real super S lisp.
Right.
God,
What about instead of Jesus, we say Beezus? Oh, Beezus.
I mean, that's very
Beezus diced.
controversial. But
Beezus diced.
Beezus diced. I like
Yeah.
that. Beezus diced. Because then you're not taking his name in vain
Right.
when you say it anymore.
Right. Although it is close to Beelzebub, but it's not. It's
Beelzebub.
Beezus.
Beezus diced.
Beezus diced. I like diced. That's funny.
Little boy blue.
I thought of it too. I
Because
thought
he
Andy
needed
diced
the
to
money.
Clay.
Because he needed the money.
Oh.
Hey.
He got her in the hole.
Hey, when you get real loud like that, you gotta reel it. Oh, you gotta reel it back, honey, because you're popping. You know.
Fuck you.
Hey,
Give me some on that. That's fun. But you got to think about it. You
That's
can't
what I
just
said.
you can't
It's
just yell
fun.
at somebody now. Now it puts you in your head so you think before you speak.
But imagine you're in a situation that gets heated, and you're like, "Man, fuck you." The
You
person,
son of a dick.
I think it would kind of de-escalate the situation. Like, say someone cuts you off, like, "What the fuck?" You're like, "Man, fuck off." Right?
Then they're probably gonna go in their head and be like, "What did he say?"
And then they go,
"Is that bad?" Like,
right.
what
And
does that mean?
Then they drive away, and you're in their. It's almost
In their
better because
head.
you're in their head.
Yeah.
They're like, "Did he just say fuck?"
Fuck. Maybe he can't pronounce the F.
I feel bad. Did I yell at that guy now?
Yeah. Can we talk about perfume and cologne and how people wear too much and why there's in every mall sections in every store
Can we
that I
talk
have
about
to
how-
contaminate my lungs?
Can we talk about how Abercrombie and Fitch fucking actually they have
like
perfume to
air
get you
fresheners?
in?
See, that makes me stay away.
Makes me stay away too.
I'm just like,
But it must
who's
work.
the bitch with all? Who's the dritch with all this shit on fit on?
What the fuck, man?
It's hard. You got to think about it
Yeah.
because I want to use so many of them, and then I got to think of each
You want to
one.
know what I say about thinking? Fuck thinking.
Okay, we got the fuck one. Try and use other ones. It's
Oh,
harder.
sit. I don't give a sit.
No, sit
Fuck-
doesn't work.
Fuck thinking. I don't give a sit.
Fit. I don't
Get
give
on
a
this
fit.
gick.
Fuck that. Fuck that fit. It just sounds like we're four.
I agree.
I don't like it.
Perfumes, you taste them more than anything, in my opinion.
Or I hate when I'm at a restaurant and bitches
God.
come in with all this, or a dude.
Well,
and they
bitches
have,
meaning man, woman,
Man,
whatever.
woman,
Bitches
doesn't matter.
Bitches is universal for
Oh, yeah,
anybody
yeah.
that just piled on a shit ton of
like,
fume.
you're a bitch if you need to wear. Like, how stinky do you think you are that you need that much? outside help.
Now, I will say this. I don't mind oils.
No, essential oils are
I like
beautiful,
essential oils.
natural. They don't hurt your nose. They don't hurt your lungs. They're good for you.
Yeah.
They're mood altering. They raise your vibe, your
Yeah.
actual energy, vibration. Like, that's completely different. These, guys, cologne and perfume have so many chemicals in it. Do you know that the FDA has approved that cologne and perfume, which, by the way, you spray in the air and it's constantly on you and it doesn't degrade, can have 6,000 chemical ingredients in it. Anything goes for a perfume or cologne. Isn't that disgusting?
Shouldn't it just be like water and the scent?
Right. Well, they are trying to make it last as long as it can. So do you know, like for instance, I remember my friend's grandma moved in with her and like lived with them for years, like, I don't know, probably 20 years. And you'd pull out her coat and you would just be like, oh my God.
Right.
And it would be like the worst smelling shit anyways.
And also, like, bottles of perfume last a really long time. Because my mom had a little perfume tray.
I don't think they go bad.
And they were just dusty as fuck. But she had some like old school bottles of perfume.
My mom did too. Yeah, they don't go bad, but that's what's so scary. It's like, why are you putting that on your skin, inside of you? It soaks in.
You taste it.
It's
like if you spray it on the neck and you give it a little taste, you taste all sour and bitter and gross.
It's just a weird chemically taste. And like, this is what they do to us. Like, they just continually take things that are from the earth that are really good for us, actually good for us, mood altering. Like I said, you smell a rose oil, and your energy vibration literally goes up. If you smell chemicals, your immune system literally goes down.
Yeah.
So this is what they've done. They've programmed us to do that. I can't stand it. It drives me nuts. It's with everything. You could get like the best high from a vitamin in, X, Y, and Z oil, like a holy basil oil, right?
Yeah.
I could get calm. I could have no anxiety anymore. I could feel happier.
Get that
it
high,
helps
son.
depression. And it's just holy basil. It's an actual plant that they make oil. Or you could take a manufactured synthetic chemical pill, right?
Well, you get really high off
that gives
shit.
you a ton of symptoms, not good for your brain. And they're like, take this.
So, speaking of scents and high, we always had potpourri spray.
Oh boy.
In our house. Just
Gross.
like Glade potpourri spray.
Talk about tasting it.
Well, let me tell you what. I used to huff that shit. I used to spray it into a plastic bag, fill up the plastic bag, because there's nitrous in it.
Yeah.
So, oh God, that was one of the first highs I think I ever got. We used to, and fuck, it tasted disgusting. You get this film in your mouth, but I remember I would ditch.
Love that didn't deter you. Like,
no.
I can't even go in a bathroom after somebody sprays that potpourri shit. And you were like, let's stick it in my mouth and put it in my body.
When you're like 13, 14.
Honey, I was 13 and 14. That was never something I wanted to do.
We had different paths. Obviously, we had different journeys. You don't do drugs. You never did drugs.
Look, I'm not talking about the drugs. The drugs are different because you get the high. I'm talking about the big ass red flag of disgustingness in your mouth.
No, I'm just saying
wasn't a deterrent.
Our brains work completely opposite.
I know, yet exactly the same.
But yet exactly the same. And boy, oh boy, those nitrous highs tasted awful, but were they fun? And your voice would be like this.
Get out of here, please.
Yeah. Like on
From intervention.
Yeah.
Let's see. I wrote. So we were talking about colognes and stuff. I wrote that down. It's just it makes me physically angry when somebody.
It's a lot of nerve. It's very intrusive, and it's
like a smoker.
You only need a little bit of it.
Yeah.
You don't need to. You don't. I think, don't you spray it in the air and then you kind of twirl through it?
You're supposed to, but I have friends who. They pump themselves like 5 times, and it's directly on them. They close their eyes, and they're like, ga, 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 both front and back. And it's, and then it gets in your car. You know what my biggest pet peeve is when you go in for a motherfucking hug, and you just doused yourself. And now
Wait,
I
did you
gotta
say
smell.
motherfucking hug?
I hope I did.
I don't think you did.
I didn't. And then I have to walk around with your fake ass scent on me.
Yeah.
Oh man, that makes me livid.
It's fucked up.
Livid.
It's fucked up.
It is. It's such a fucked up shit.
Sit.
I can't. It's just too much to think about. And then I lose the emphasis and the passion because I'm thinking about what new beginning of the word I have to do.
But yeah, essential oils, hell yeah. If I were to chuck or thuck, I would thuck essential oils and I would chuck perfumes. Although, there are some perfumes that smell good. Stella McCartney made a good one called Stella. And
Stella!
And then Chanel No. 5 actually smelled really good too.
Did I already complain about farmers markets?
I don't
Have we
know.
done that yet?
I don't know. I don't remember.
I just was thinking about when we were doing celery juice and we are trying to buy celery and every place was out and we were like, oh, we can go to a farmer's market. And then we go to the farmer's market and everything's like triple the cost. And you're like, excuse me, there's no middleman here. There's no truck to drive it. Why does this cost so much? There's no labels. There's no tags. There's no bags.
I think it's farmers markets in L.A. No, actually, no. When we were in Illinois, for those croissants we got, those were fucking
that's
expensive.
because it was for the nuns. That's like a donation. So
that's a fucking pricey donation.
It was $5. $5
They
for
got
four.
$20 for 4 croissants.
Well, first of all, they were as big as our heads. Those croissants.
Yeah, but you go up to the market, be at a local Kroger, you're getting a 12-pack of
I get
croissants
it, but
for $4.99.
those are for Sister Mary William Robinson Church.
Okay.
And they're for our nuns and pastors.
Okay.
For the goodness of them to buy more Jesus bread and more Jesus wine blood. All right.
God
like
bless.
I said, those are more like a charity.
God bless.
Than it is for them croissants.
Okay.
Okay.
And they were delicious.
So let's not bag on those wonderful nuns. Those wonderful God's wives. But I have a problem with it. Like I get all excited like, "Ooh, I'm going to be healthy. I'm going to buy straight from the farm to the table." And then I get there and I'm like, "Why would I do this?"
Well, yeah. Last time we went, we were shopping around for celery. And then we were like, let's get some other stuff.
Yeah.
And when they told us how much they were, and we were like, oh, they kind of became rude.
Oh, like very rude.
They wanted nothing to do with us anymore.
And again, I think it's what you said. It's an LA thing. Like, they can do that in LA because I don't know if people are stupid or just so rich, the only people who go to farmers market. But like, I could totally buy it. But I'm not going to.
Right.
I want to support the farmers, but not this farmer.
Yeah.
If you're like, they had a thing of 12 eggs. How much? It was absurd.
Oh
it was like $10 or something.
It was crazy.
And I was like, go fuck yourself,
eggs
farmer.
I mean, come on.
Do we have to call farmers then farmers?
No.
So not all F's are changed.
It's not all F's, honey. It's just
anyways, I don't give an F.
Yeah.
I don't know. It made me very angry because I was like, look, I'm trying to support you, but I'm not a fucking dum-dum doo-doo head who's going to pay $10 for 12 eggs. Like, your eggs are not worth $1. Is it going to fucking make me fly?
Right. I mean,
can I lay an egg after I eat this?
If they were nicer, it would have been even more of a consideration, but they weren't very nice.
Not at all. They don't even have bags for us to take. I was like, how am I going to get these eggs home? I have to bring a fucking motherfucking basket?
Yeah.
Go fuck yourself again.
Well, we did buy some celery.
We did.
Big ass celery.
That was a big ass organic celery for $2. That was a deal.
That was a great deal. The celery was a great deal.
And that's why we bought it. Because we're like, love this. We will come back all the time and buy your celery and support you and love you. Because you're not, it's like when you go into Shark Tank, okay? And the guy comes out in Shark Tank. He's like, I have the best new idea. It's brand new. He barely has it off the ground. And then he asks for like 3% for $1 million.
Right.
And you're like, your shit is not worth not like $100 million.
Yeah.
What are you doing? That's too big of an ask. Now I don't like your shit.
Yeah.
I don't want to help you. I don't want to be partners with you. And I'm not going to give you anything.
No.
Right?
A lot of nerve.
Right. I felt like that's what these farmers markets were. And we were the Shark Tank judges and we were like, how dare you ask for that?
Asking?
Do you realize your celery tastes like every other celery?
$5 for an apple? Are you kidding me right now?
Oh, so your orange came off a tree today. So did Whole Foods. I saw them put it off the cart. Like, it's still going to taste like a freaking orange.
But they were making sales. People were just buying.
Yeah, stupid rich people. By the way, who I think are chefs for the rich people.
Probably.
Yeah. Because of the way they were going through all this stuff and like smelling it. I never know what to smell and what to look for, but I do think it's funny when others are just like sticking their nose and...
Celeb chefs. Just go down there and get the best one there is.
Right. They'll just go and get all that stuff. I don't know.
I agree.
Anywho.
Hey, can I tell you one thing that I really hate?
Just one thing.
One thing that I really hate that has nothing to do with farmers markets. It has to do with television, and it's a commercial. I fucking hate that Cousin from Boston commercial. You ever seen it? Your cousin from Boston. The Sam Adams commercial. It's your cousin from Boston. He's like this fucking...
No, I don't know.
Good for you. Lucky you. I fucking hate those commercials, and I wish they would stop them. You've seen it. There was a vaccine one that we saw where it's like, hey, I got it. We could all hang out and get a beer again.
Oh, yeah, that was annoying. That's why I tune out.
But not even that. I mean, that one was really annoying, but just the fucking commercial is fucking, it's your cousin. Hey, I'm sitting here at a bar. I'm just a guy, and I'm your cousin. Fucking shut the fuck up.
You know what's weird, too, is like, I love your cousin, Taylor.
Oh, yeah.
It's funny because I was trying to think if maybe you don't like a cousin in your life. And I was like, no, you have a dope-ass cousin. I love my cousin,
and I have friends from fucking Mass, and I love my people from the East Coast. Yeah. Those are my people. That's where my blood comes from. It's nothing against that. It's this commercial.
It's the commercial.
And it's the actor in the commercial.
Oh, got you.
Oh, my God, man.
Yeah, I guess I'll have to watch. I don't know.
They made fun of it on SNL when Casey Affleck, because he's from Mass, I think, and he played the cousin from Boston in this skit. That's, I had to get that off my chest.
So the cousin that he played on there bothered you more than the sexual allegations against him. Is that what you're saying? So
this has nothing to do with Casey Affleck. This has to do with the actual Sam Adams commercials.
I was kidding. That's what I'm saying. The Sam Adams commercials bother you more than the Casey Affleck sexual allegation. I just think that's funny.
Yes.
And whatever. It was a joke for me.
Good one, babe.
I don't need your validation. Okay?
Yeah.
So.
Good one.
Why do you keep doing that, though? That's very passive-aggressive and gross.
Passive-aggressive.
Honey, this is getting to be like
THs,
weird...
just throw them in.
No, I don't like it.
Passive. Oh, passive. With Fs. Passive-aggressive. Baby, that was very passive-aggressive of me.
I can't. It was.
Can you say that? Passive-aggressive?
Passive-aggressive.
Come on now. Is that not fun?
It sounds like Griffin Croissant. What's the...
A Brussels Griffon.
I always get it wrong. I say Griffin Croissant.
Brussels Griffon.
Oh, Brussels Griffon.
Or a... what's another fancy dog name?
A Pomeranian.
Oh, a Bichon Frise.
Bichon Frise. Lasso Opso.
I am sorry for being passive-aggressive.
Thank you, baby.
To you.
I appreciate that.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's right. That's right. That's right.
We have so much fun.
Right.
Oh, come on now.
That's right. That's right. That's right.
How much fun are we having here at A Couple of Nuts Talking Podcast? Huh, everybody? You having a good time out there? You having fun?
Are you touching yourselves?
Hey, don't forget to follow us, ACOM Podcast on Instagram, A Couple of Nuts Talking Podcast on Fuckbook, I should say. Mark Thuckerberg.
All right, babe, we got to retire this. I can't.
And now who's being passive-aggressive?
No, that wasn't passive aggressive. I was
That's
extremely
active-aggressive. You're being active-aggressive.
No, I haven't.
I learned about that, active-aggressive. I always thought, when I was in therapy, when I was in treatment, and I was talking about family issues and how passive-aggressive some family members could be, or just people in general, and my therapist was just like, that doesn't sound like it's passive-aggressive. That sounds like they're being actively aggressive. And that's exactly what passive aggressiveness is being actively aggressive.
Mm-hmm. Even when you're passive.
Because it's so obvious when you're being passive aggressive.
Yeah. It just sounds adorable, though, when you say passive aggressive.
That's why you say it.
I know. but I don't want to minimize that shit.
Well, I
It's
think
that's
I
another
do
pet peeve of mine.
because I don't think there's no such thing as passive aggressiveness. It's all actively aggressive. You may think because you're not saying straight up "fuck you," but
no,
I hear you saying
they say it
"fuck you"
calmly
in your
with
words.
a smile.
So instead of saying "fuck you," they are saying "fuck you." That's passive aggressive.
Hey, I'm gonna bring something up, and then you can tell the story, because this was.
How do you know I'm gonna have a story about it?
Here, read the top of my phone. This is what we are doing to remind you. Do you remember this?
Boxing
day?
dream. Sean beat up in my dream. Yeah. Oh, I have that written in my phone too.
You
that
do?
you think dreams are real, and then you.
So tell them the story. So we'll take that out, and then.
No, I'm not taking anything out. Wait, no, you have to tell the dream. I don't know.
Well, you said you wanted to talk about it on the podcast because it made you laugh.
Well, I wanted
My
to talk
dream
about
made you laugh because.
I want to talk about how you wake up kind of angry or jealous sometimes, or you wake up.
I've never been jealous.
Not full throttle jealous, but it's cute. It's cute. It's not like a serious situation. You'll question it as if it really happened or it was a real thing, but it was a dream that you just had.
Yeah, okay, so one of the dreams that I just recently had is Sean was boxing someone in my dream, and then Sean got beat up.
Yeah.
And I woke up and I
don't remember because
I'm asleep.
Did you say I need to take fight lessons or something like that? Yeah.
I told him.
You're like, baby, you have to take fight lessons. And I was just like, what? Just waking up too. I was like, what are you talking about? You have to take fight lessons. You were boxing, and then you got beat up, and I couldn't do anything. And I was like, honey, none of that happened. None of that was real.
But then I thought
cute.
about it, and I was like, you would get beat up. You need to take boxing lessons.
I've been in 2 fights in my life and got beat up twice.
Right. So that's a problem.
Well, one fight was in high school, and this kid was like 6'4", and he just bombed on my head. I got some good shots in, though. I had a ring with a skull, like a pirate knife, had skull and like swords. So instead of crossbones, it was cross swords. And I had it on my pinky, so the sword was sticking out like a good half inch. And I had long hair, and it was in my face. He just started bombing on my head, and I couldn't
what's wrong with
stand
you.
or anything. Yeah, and my hair was in my face, but I was doing like these. I looked like helicopter propellers. I was just swinging around like whoosh, and I connected, and I pierced his fucking nose.
That's right. Fuck that. He hits your head like that.
Yeah,
that's damage.
He came to school the next day with a fucking safety pin through his nose, and then everybody was like looking at me because they heard I got my ass kicked. I had no marks. The fucker just bombed on the top of my head.
Right. That's what abusers do because it doesn't leave marks.
Like
you take telephone books to the head.
Yeah. So it didn't. He looked like he got his ass kicked. He had a little bit of a black eye and a fucking hole in his nose.
Babe.
So
Give me
got
some.
him. Even though he
were
won the fight. Well, I felt I tripped over my feet like. And it didn't even necessarily hurt when it was happening because the adrenaline, but I couldn't stand because when you get hit in your head, you lose all control. Like it was
and he
crazy.
Must have been hitting you. Yeah.
Oh, he was bombing
awful.
on my head. He was just fucking.
Oh my God!
And
he's like a green giant or something.
And I couldn't stand anymore.
You were Oliver.
I felt like I had no control. That's why people get knocked out. They just drop.
Yeah, I that makes me very angry. So, and this is what you're talking about. So like I wasn't there, and he will tell me these stories, and I get physically like I want to know his name. I want to find him, and I'm gonna bop him in the face.
Yeah.
It makes me really mad, especially because you were a kid. Like I want to protect everybody.
He was a douchebag.
Yeah,
he's like, meet me here. Don't bring any of your friends. And I was like, what the fuck, man?
Yeah.
I got picked on like 9th grade. I got bullied a lot.
Me too.
And so I met him there.
I got bullied more like 5, 6, 7, 8.
Yeah.
Fourth too.
So I met him there, and I was with my older neighbor who was like a year or two out of high school, but
nice.
But he was like a hippie guy, and he drove a VW Bug.
That's the worst person to bring.
No. They were this stoner gang that were violent.
Oh,
they were wearing Grateful Dead shirts.
So not hippies.
Right. They were wearing Grateful Dead shirts and bell bottoms, but fucking fighting all the time.
Had samurai swords on their back.
Yeah, it was like this 90s movement of violent hippies. So
they're not burning bras. They're what's
busting
that called?
Heads.
Busting heads.
But he liked to also creep the high school.
Well, he's the
He actually went to jail for that later on, but he.
What's the guy's name? McConaugheying it.
Matthew McConaughey. Yeah, I keep getting older. They stay the same age.
Yeah.
But so he was there and whatever. He gave me a ride over there. Him and one other guy. Another guy was like 18 or 19. And I get there and I shit you not. This guy had like 20 fucking people with him.
The fact that he said you have to come alone.
Exactly.
That's disgusting.
So there was a ton of people there. And then my girlfriend, my high school girlfriend at the time, she came walking over because she heard that it was happening too. So then she got there and she broke up with me because I got beat up and she was embarrassed. So she broke up with me like the next day.
What a terrible. These people are awful.
Awful people.
I hate high school so much.
But I get there and I get out of the car and I'm like, dude, I don't want to do this, man, to the guy.
Yeah.
And he's just staring at me. And then the guy that I'm with, he's like, so you guys going to fucking shake and fucking make up or are you guys going to do this?
Oh my God.
And then the guy looks at me, tilts his head and just bam.
No.
Bam. Bam.
Babe, this breaks my heart.
And then I connected with him though. And then, yeah, so he got me good. I fell on my feet and he kind of just looked, I think he felt bad because I really wasn't fighting good, even though I got him that one time. And then it just ended and everybody dispersed.
Thank God.
I went with my neighbor, smoked some weed and, was embarrassed.
Huffed some potpourri.
Yeah. Super embarrassed. Went to school the next day though. And there were these, people were looking to see if I was beat up and there was no marks on me.
Yeah.
But he had a mark on him.
It was all a facade. I don't like these stories. It makes me angry and I want to stick up for the baby that I love back then. Like I wish I'd known you. Not that I could have done anything. I was so picked on too. I think that's why I connect so much with somebody who says it. Like I get really, it brings me back to the feeling of like helplessness. And I remember when it was happening, especially in high school, and I wasn't connected to really anybody, even in my family. Like I just hung out in my bedroom alone. You just feel so hated and so like unlovable. And I don't know why, but like, I know. And it's like, cause here's why. I'm not spreading awful meanness to anyone. I'm not doing anything that's bad to somebody. I'm not talking shit. I'm not having such bravado when I walk down this. I had no ego back then. I was just this like kind of innocent little ladybug, just like that. And I didn't understand why I always got the grunt of it. And
brunt.
Yeah.
The brunt or the grunt? It's brunt, isn't it?
I don't know. Look it up.
You gotta look it up. You got the computer.
I can't. It's only 8. Oh, right.
You can plug it in. The brunt of it. Yeah, I got picked on a lot too, but I didn't really internalize it the way you did. I kind of expected it because I was a goth kid. I discovered Marilyn Manson, I want to say like in 7th grade. It was like 95, 94.
Yeah, I was a goth kid too.
But I was a guy and I was wearing nail polish and makeup and all black, and I wore like controversial shirts. Like I had this shirt that it was a Marilyn Manson shirt and it said "Beware of God." And then on the back it said, "The Lord is a shepherd, not my shepherd." So I remember in 9th grade, this one person was like, "Beware of God, beware of my dick," and then started throwing ice at me from their drink. Oh. But I thought that was funny because he yelled, "Beware of my..." Well,
the devil is fire, and he was trying to put it out.
Maybe. I thought it was funny. I got grapefruits thrown at me because I was a goth kid in high school.
I just remember a lot
I got
of
pushed in the back. I was in my locker and like the jock of this one, just straight out of a movie, like pushed me really hard in my back into my locker, called me the FAG word. I got called that all the time. Funny though? All the time I got called that.
You know what's funny about that is that those people are doing nothing now. They're like probably
maybe, I don't know. Probably. They're probably drunk and like...
Because that was their heyday. That's when they felt the most powerful and in control. They peaked. Yeah. And it's just interesting. And then these people who get just pounded every day, it actually ends up building such a esteem and confidence and fearlessness. And or even if they're still feeling fear, they just go for it because you've been pummeled so much. Like...
Well, I mean,
feel like it calloused me.
Yeah. I actually got in trouble when Columbine happened on 420. I remember I went and smoked weed. I remember that day. But afterwards, they started looking at people that looked like me and my friends,
Right.
obviously. And me and one of my bandmates and best friends at the time, we had made a list of names after Columbine.
God, you're asking for it.
Exactly. And we were at lunch, like, discussing. Like, the list was ridiculous. I mean, there were a couple names on, like, the one guy, the jock that pushed me. His name was on there.
Yeah, of course it would.
But we didn't say what we were gonna do. It was just we just put the list at the top, and you got to keep in mind, I had friends that were on that list too, and not only that,
like, did you do it knowing it was like a spoof of it?
Yes.
Like, you're like, I can't wait till people find this and freak out.
Fucking pacifist, goth, hippie kid musician guys. Like, we weren't doing any of that shit. No violence or anything like that. Even this one guy in high school, I don't even know who it was, but he had a deflated soccer ball on his head. He just walked past us, and we're like, put him on the list. You know?
Of course he'd go on that list.
It literally said kid with soccer ball on his head on the list. And I even said that to the people when we got, so then someone overheard us talking about it, and they went and told on us. And then me and my buddy got pulled into the office.
You guys had like a really self-righteous high school.
It was public school. I don't know. And
I know. So was mine.
So we got called into I ended up getting suspended for like 3 days because of it. And, they were looking like, so tell us about this. Turns out the guy that pushed me, his dad was like the captain of the fucking Burbank police department. I had no idea.
Yeah.
Whatever. And
but you should tell him all the abuse he put you through.
It didn't even get to that. I was like, it says kid with soccer ball on his head. Like, this isn't real. And they're like, oh, we're taking it very seriously, and you're suspended for 3 days. And me and my buddy got suspended. And I remember my English teacher was really on my side, the one who gave me that Ashley Crumtiny's book, because I did a report on Tim Burton. She was dope, and she's like, Sean is not like that. Like, this isn't going to help suspending him. She was really in my corner for that, but I still got suspended.
That's so much. Okay, so this goes to the education system, right? The amount of teachers that actually take the time out to know their students get to know their students is so small and minute that there are so many. Especially today. Yeah, I think it's horrendous today.
Yeah.
I mean, I work with children, and the lack of facts that they know, their lack of abilities to just have coping skills, any life skills, as in reading the clock time, giving change for $1,
and that's not
knowing that United States is a country.
That's
like,
not a dig on you teens. If you're listening to our show,
that's
hit
not
us
your
up.
responsibility.
We'll teach you some stuff. Hit us up, man.
Like, and the problem is everything's made with agendas instead of really made for education and for the thought of the child. Like, let me tell you, I was in private school. I went to a Catholic private school from first grade to fourth grade.
Yeah.
And I loved it. I excelled. It was fantastic. I didn't like the religious part. And my mom said I came home. I don't remember, but my mom said I came home and said, I'm not Catholic. Take me out of the school. And my mom was like, any fourth grader who can come up to their mother and go, I'm not Catholic. Take me out of the school.
Yeah.
Done. So she takes me out and puts me in public school.
Yeah.
I was so bored. Like, the things that I was learning in fourth grade that I moved over in fifth grade.
Catholic schools are higher education.
Because all they cared about was education.
Yeah.
There was nothing else being done. What you got was consistency, right? You get there, you do X, Y, and Z. You go to church on this day.
Right.
You say the Pledge of Allegiance on this day. In the morning, you go to homeroom. You talk. Like, there's constant communication going on. There's an itinerary. You're following it to a T, and then boom. When I got to public school, it was like chaos for me, and I'm ADD, and it was chaos. And then I wasn't learning anything because I had already known it. So now you got me learning how to not pay attention. That's all I did.
Yeah. I was an awful student. I was like a CD student, and I don't remember anything that I learned.
Yeah, that's a problem.
I mean, I remember the alphabet in Spanish.
I mean, I don't know what they think is teaching anymore. And that's, guys, I know there are still good teachers out there, I'm sure. So if you're a good teacher, you know one, kudos. But I know growing up, there's one teacher that has stuck with me, and her name was Miss Sidoti.
Yeah.
And she had not Miss Sidoti, sorry, that was my 4th grade teacher. Because the reason I remember her is because a whole nother story. But anyways, she was good, but it'd be controversial if I told you what it is. No, it was Miss Justice. Sorry. And what a great name, right? Miss
Judge
Justice.
Dredd. Justice.
No, yeah, Justice.
Judge Justice.
She had a world humanities class in, I think it was like my sophomore year. And I really wanted to take it because it was world humanities. And I was like, there's nothing else on the curriculum that's like this, right? So I got my schedule. I asked my counselor, hey, I want to be in this class. He was like, oh, I don't, it's not what they gave you, blah, blah, blah. I ended up going to her class. I didn't care that it wasn't on my schedule.
Aww.
So like second period or whatever period, I have no idea.
Oh, little baby just showing up where she's not supposed to be.
Yeah.
That's so cute.
And Miss Justice would do the roll call and I was never on the thing. And she was like,
Hi, Miss Justice. I'm not supposed to be in your class today, but I'm here. That's you going into the class, you little cutie patootie. Oh,
no.
Look at you, little cute.
Shut up. Shut up. Let me finish the story. So I was going, right? And every time she started calling my name, I still wasn't on the roll call, but she called my name.
Yeah.
And then my parents got a call. My mom got a call. And my mom was like, are you going to a class that you're not supposed to be going to? And I was like, oh yeah, I want to take that class. They didn't get me in the class and I'm not doing, and whatever the other class was, it was like Spanish or something that I was not connected to at all. The teacher was like a kid. Now when I'm older, he was like 20 something years old, not coming in. Like I would be like, Senior Beckwith. Like that's what I would say.
Right.
And he would be like, hey, Bethany, like not correct me, not doing, I didn't give a fuck. It was like always the language classes you felt like were just a pass.
The one class I got an A in was Spanish in middle school.
Anyone can get that.
But that's because every Friday we would have a little potluck and I would always bring refried beans with cheese. Always. And there would be days where nobody brought anything, but I had my pot of beans every Friday.
So anyways.
So he gave me a pass because of it.
Miss Justice called my mother, or I'm sorry, the school called my mother.
Mr. Sanchez.
Stop it.
Sorry.
God, today you are bad. All right. So they called my mom and I was supposed to be in the Spanish class and and they made us come down. And again, I don't have a really clear recollection. I just remember my mom recalling the story to me, later on in life.
Yeah.
And apparently Miss Justice fought for me because she was like, why are you taking a child out of my class that wants to be here?
Sure.
And just wants to, and would go through. Now, I have never done anything wrong. Like I was just one of those students. Like I did not push authority. I just didn't.
Yeah.
Right. So I've never had any horrible thing happen in school. Now, by the way, junior and senior year, things changed. But anyways, up until then, I had nothing wrong. And she was like, I am so proud of this girl going out of her way to get in this class that she's in my class now. She is going to be here. And my mom got mad at the school because she was like, why did you call me down from work?
Right.
To tell me that my child wants to learn more and she's not being pushed in this Spanish class.
Right.
I want her Miss Justice would play like classical music and like go through the history of it and show us art pieces that made the classical music come out in certain notes because like she was so amazing.
You think a teacher by the name of Justice would be like a intimidating, scary teacher.
She was.
Mrs. She was a nun? Miss Justice. Or is this public school?
No, this is high school. It's public school.
Miss Justice or Mrs. Justice?
Mrs. probably.
Okay.
I'm sure. I don't know. I think she was a lesbian, to be honest. I don't think she was married.
Okay.
I don't remember seeing a ring.
Miss Justice.
Because she was really like, I remember when she would teach and if you were late, she was really strict. So she gave me that, she was like a powerful woman who like wasn't afraid to speak her mind. And that's why when she came down in the meeting, she was like, what is this? She was so mad. She's like, what is all this about? Yeah. She's staying in my class and that's it.
I love that.
I do too.
That was public school. That was just for me.
But that's what I'm saying. I had one teacher, Sean.
I had a couple. There were a couple that were like that. But yeah, I mean, public school, I think altogether is just kind of in my school. So there was a teacher shortage or something like that. So I had the same teacher for multiple classes. So there was the parenting teacher also ran metal shop.
Oh, that's funny.
And he was the parenting teacher because he had 9 kids. So they were just like, this is the guy, obviously.
It sounds more like he should be teaching sex ed and not parenting.
Right? Like, that's what I'm saying. Like, it was kind of sketchy the way they fucking did. And then we had...
Honey, he just needed extra money.
He was a pretty cool guy. He was kind of a hippie and laid back. But there was this... the auto shop teacher was also the history teacher.
That's funny.
Okay? And this guy was fucking crazy. Out of his mind. He was this fat, just weird... looked like a weird troll, and he was just so out there. One of my biggest memories, most memorable memories of him is just one day during history class, because I never had auto shop, unfortunately. I wish I did. I had history, and he talked about chinchillas.
That's dope.
It was dope, but it was nothing to do with
soft.
That's what he said. You ever felt the fur of a chinchilla? It's the softest fur you'll ever feel.
Oh man, it sounds like he was in a serial killer lab.
Yeah.
Like he killed someone who had chinchillas, and it was the first time he pet one.
I have pet chinchillas. It's the softest fur that you'll ever feel. And then he talked about
feels
chinchillas.
Like a young child's
and he
head.
did like the gesture, like he was. There was no chinchilla in his hand, but he held it like he was holding and petting one, and there was nothing in his hands.
I already pictured him that way.
Oh my God, he was such a trip, this guy, and I
think the word is creeper.
I don't remember anything that he taught. Not a thing, except I remember that chinchilla day.
This is part of the problem, the fact that you remember something random, but you don't remember the curriculum.
I don't remember any of the curriculum, but I was also stoned a good majority of the time while I was in school.
Well, I wasn't. And let me tell you that had they taught in school more and did it with a passion and gusto, and I get it, you're around kids and stuff, but this is the same thing that I say to servers. If you fucking hate serving and being nice to people, don't be a server.
Yeah, agreed.
If you hate teaching, if you hate children and being around it, don't be a fucking teacher.
Yeah.
Like
there are some teachers that just hate
kids.
Real quick, 2nd grade, Mrs. Michaels. I had to pee so bad. It was the end of the school day. We're standing, I think like the last 5 minutes, you're just packing up your books, getting ready to go home for the day. I had to pee so bad, baby.
See, this is not okay.
She wouldn't let me out. And then I was like, Mrs. Michaels, I pissed.
Yeah.
Right there, standing in the doorway, I pissed. She fucking hits me in the back of the head, says, get out of here. Hit me in the back of the head. I'm piss soaked. I run to the bathroom. I'm embarrassed.
What do you do? Why do you have to go to the bathroom now? You already pissed yourself.
I know.
That lady needs to be condemned.
She's definitely not alive anymore. She was probably in her 70s, in the 80s. So she was very old school.
That is atrocious.
Yeah, she hit us with pens, like thick ass
Yeah, it sounds
pens
like my
shit.
Catholic school.
Shit, I got a lot more school stories, but look at how my fucking time just flew by.
Yeah, it always does.
I love it.
We're so good at talking. We're so good at talking. We're so good at talking.
Yeah.
You're welcome.
Be sure to follow a couple of nuts talking.
Share us. That's the money
share
right
us
there.
with your friends. And hi to all our international listeners, our Aussies, our Swedes, our Irons, our Indias, Irelands, and a little. We want to leave. If you're leaving here with anything today, don't be passive aggressive.
No, don't be passive aggressive.
Stay the fuck away from passive aggressiveness.
Fuck that shit.
We love all you so much, and we'll see you next time.
Stay nutty, everybody.
Bye for now.
Kimpses.
Bethany. And Sean. We are a couple of nuts talking